Welcome back to another episode of the Tracy Take. Today we are going to be talking about Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo in their Week 2 quarterback battle. But first, if you have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment down below whether you agree or disagree with our opinions. So, with that being said, Tyler, let's go ahead and get right into it. Trey Lance found the end zone 2 times this weekend. He did have an interception, but I think we'll get into that in a bit. It wasn't quite really his fault. But overall, I think he showed that he is much more improved from the Week 1 performance to the Week 2.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of want to get your overall thoughts on Trey Lance's Week 2 performance.
Yeah, I would say a major improvement from Week 1 to Week 2. He did have the interception, but that was just his first drive, and that was actually the first pass that I saw of the game when I turned the game on. But after that, he seemed very comfortable in the pocket, much improved. Mm-hmm. It seemed like he was reading his progression. One of my favorite thing that he does really well, which helped lead to his second touchdown, and also even his touchdown in his Week 1 performance. But he does a really good job of using his eyes to move the safeties and the linebackers to make the receiver he wants to throw to get open. So if you look at the second touchdown that he had, he's using his eyes and he's looking left the entire time. Then at the last second, he cuts back to the middle and throws a nice dime on the run to the receiver. And it plays like that show all the potential that he does have.
But I liked the window he fitted into. It was a nice tight window. Hit the guy right on the numbers. It was a good throw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he did also have some touch as well on I think it was his second drive. His first touchdown drive. There was a nice little out and up route that the tight end ran, and it was a nice little kind of lob pass. A nice, I would say, 15-yard pass, and then the receiver was able to run and get some more yards.
I think that's Jamel Sherwood. He might be a wide receiver. I know he's a bigger wide receiver, but
okay.
I don't know if he's a tight end, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
but I'm not entirely sure.
That play specifically, though, because he obviously has amazing arm strength and can throw the ball really hard. But then it's also nice to see that touch that's on there as well. All in all, he just looked much better, especially after the interception. He looked much more accurate and seemed like he was hitting guys on the numbers.
Yeah,
that was the issue, I would say, from his first week, and then also on the interception throw and actually that drive as well, is he seemed a little erratic with his ball placement. And we could go back and forth probably on who's at fault for that interception that he threw. I think it was probably 50-50. I would say it was 50-50. Yeah, did it hit Mohamed Sanu in the hands? But also, there was no need for it to be high and outside. That's a routine pass that Lance needs to hit him on the numbers, and it just happened to bounce up in the air and end up in the Chargers' arms. So, but that being said, though, not to take away from his performance, I thought he did really well. And that being said, I still think, though, it's similar to the Bears and with Justin Fields. I still think Jimmy Garoppolo is the safer option to go with because I think he's going to provide less mistakes.
They're 24-9 with Jimmy G on the field. I just think you have a young prospect that, especially a guy who I feel like his confidence could be ruined if he goes in and messes up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it is similar, like you said, to go with Jimmy G and just kind of have that. Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt, but
no, completely understand. I agree completely. And if you look at the Bears and the 49ers are as a team in a much better situation. They have much better offensive line, significantly much better defense, in my opinion. And so the team is in a win now mode that was just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago with Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think Jimmy G could still take them to the Super Bowl, and Trey Lance, and as he gets more experience and develops more, will be able to consistently keep taking them there. But with Jimmy G, I think you're going to get more consistent play. Yes, Jimmy G did have an interception in this game as well. Actually, very similar to Trey Lance's. I think it was kind of high and outside, probably a 50-50 who's to blame there. But I think Jimmy G is the veteran. He's going to be more consistent, and he's not going to do the sexy play, but he's going to move the ball. He's going to be a good game manager for this offense and to get points up on the board.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Jimmy G has the experience. And I think he also has probably a better rapport with the wide receivers right now. I will say, unlike Andy Dalton and the Bears, I don't think Jimmy G plays the whole year. I think Andy Dalton will probably end up playing the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Trey Lance, while I think he's still raw, I think he's a much better pocket passer than Justin Fields is. And a lot of his inconsistencies in the pocket, I think he can kind of cover up with his legs because he is an elite runner and can get outside the pocket really easy. And so I think that is something that really benefits Trey Lance in this battle is the fact that he can stay in the pocket and then run second. He's not getting a snap, setting his feet, and then waiting to run. He's actually going through a progression and doing that. And so that's one of the things that I did like. He does still have some inconsistencies in the pocket. Like stepping up sometimes in the pocket looks a little awkward with him. He still looks to hesitate a little bit on some of his throws. So instead of going back, hitting his last step and then pushing off of that back foot to either throw or move forward, he looks like he's kind of like not quite mentally ready to just like hit that back step and then go.
Yeah.
And so that is one of the things. But again, I just think repetition in that offense is going to you will slowly see him kind of progress. And I am very excited to see him in week 3 of the preseason because it sounds like that's going to be his game to play a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as I mentioned already, when he's able to use his eyes to move the safety or move the linebackers over to create a throwing alley to hit another crossing receiver, that's something that the veteran and great NFL QBs have been able to perfect, and to see that now is already a great sign for his development. For the future.
Is he 20 or 21?
I think he's
I want to say
21. He's young. He's very young.
Very young quarterback prospect. Yeah, he's 21.
Yeah. So but just kind of my final thought is after week 1, if to me it felt like Justin Fields was clearly farther along than Trey Lance, but now it's almost like it's completely reversed after this. I kind of agree with you. I feel like after this, Trey Lance could see the field sooner than Justin Fields will be able to, because I feel like Justin Fields has some difficulties in the pocket. While Trey Lance, he seems like his thing is just going to be just getting more accurate in the pocket. He seems like he's comfortable there and can go through his read progressions and knows when to kind of tuck the ball down and run and to keep the play going. But which is huge to see him be able to do that and start to perfect that dual threat capability.
Yeah. And I think Trey Lance probably is the most dual threat QB in this class. And I'm very excited to watch him develop. I still don't think either Justin Fields or Trey Lance start week 1, but I think Trey Lance probably will see the field before Justin Fields does.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they will start week 1, but it's I could see a possibility of Trey Lance starting before Justin Fields starts. So.
Yeah, no. And I will say I drew some similarities to the Kansas City Chiefs when they drafted Patrick Mahomes last week, and I'm going to do it again here. It is a strong possibility that Jimmy G does come in, and if he can stay healthy, plays well enough to, I guess, keep his starting job for the rest of the season. That's kind of what happened. Is they planned on Mahomes coming in halfway through the year, and but Alex Smith had played well enough and even took him to the playoffs that season. So it's definitely a QB battle to keep our eye on. But I do think Jimmy Garoppolo may go at the trade deadline or take on a backup role. Come midway through the season.
Potentially, if they're winning though, I think Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are going to be like, no, we're going to be. We are staying with our guy Jimmy G, but it's going to be fun to watch. And I'm sure we'll continue to keep I guess just kind of viewing the situation going on over there in San Francisco. But thanks again for watching this video. If you have not already, subscribe to this channel so you can get notified when we create new content. Like this video, comment on this video to help us with the YouTube algorithm and get more people to see our content. And thanks again. We'll see you next time.